Let's set the scene for the listener. Whoever that might be. This is the elder speaking.
The Elder speaking. Hat sie auch einen Ring? Ist es dann The Elder Ring? Body?
We're sitting in the plaza, saying goodbye to a dear soul. We're here to see if there's anything useful in my mind that could help you on your trip. A century's worth of memories, dreams, fantasies, visions. Like a big, old, haunted library. When I die, this library will burn down.
Ja, das ist ein sehr morbider Vergleich. Da hinten ist ein Grafikfehler. Der Schatten flackert irgendwie komisch.
But which book should we check out first?
Welche Bücher sehen wir uns
I
zuerst
don't have
an?
all the answers. But I do
Ja,
feel
was
the story
getriggert
of
bei
my
Bordi,
life
ja?
could help you understand what kind of world is out there.
Die Geschichte meines Lebens könnte dir helfen, die Welt da draußen zu verstehen.
It's okay not to understand everything right away. The moment may pass before you've gotten a firm hold on it. But as long as you're there to witness it, to take it down in your journal, you and others to come will someday take the time to make sense of it all.
Mhm. Wie wurdest du zur Ältesten?
First, I got old. That's an important step.
Ja, man muss alt werden, um Älteste zu sein.
Being an elder is all about how you react to strange events. The key is not to be surprised, but kind of frown, look serious, and say something like,
Gurkensalat.
"It begins."
Okay, also beim nächsten Spiel, wo ich verwundert bin, dann stehe ich dann auch so da, so dieses... Es beginnt. Es kauft mir keiner ab.
Never say, "I don't know." Say, "We dive into a pool of uncertainty."
So wie ein Politiker. Viel geredet, nichts gesagt.
I was born on the ocean. My mother and father worked on a cruise ship. The short-lived but glorious watery republics. Floating cities. Most won their independence by the time I was born. How can I describe them? They were a jewel of the golden season. Pleasure boats with a radical political program. How nice.
Radikalpolitisches Programm. Wie schön.
The golden age was a time of flags, logos, mottos, mastheads. My mom taught me to read them.
Okay.
She was the ship's philosopher. My dad was a recycling engineer.
Treffen sich eine Philosophin und ein Ingenieur in einer Bar.
Recycling on the ship was a matter of life and death.
Keine Politik, bloß nicht.
We had to get the most out of every object and watt of energy.
Jedes Watt. Erzähl mir mehr von deiner Mutter, von deinem Vater. Woher stammt deine Familie? Ich will von beiden was wissen.
My grandparents played with the past. They changed it like we change our wardrobe. So it was a different answer every time.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
But they often said we were exiles of some kind. Exiled royalty from a secret lineage. Blood that glows in the dark.
Okay.
Or we're exiled from the mouth of some great leviathan.
Boah, kreativ.
When they were older, they just said, "We're from here. We're from right now." I loved the way the ship would tilt and roll with the waves, especially as I fell asleep. It was so comforting.
Ja, kann ich mir vorstellen.
Picture me as a kid in bed, feeling the swaying of the ship.
Gehen ein Dengel und ein Bordi in eine Karaoke-Bar. Oh, 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 da sagst du was.
It was like being
Das wär
rocked to
was.
sleep as a baby. I loved exploring the ship too.
Und Orki
Wandering
kommt
through the
mit.
streets,
Mit Tico.
the swimming pool, the game rooms, and oh,
Und die, oh.
there were 2 dance halls.
Oh, eine Dancing Queen.
A large, elegant one and another one in the basement. A lot of my firsts were down there. My first dance, my first kiss,
Oh.
and so forth.
Naja, es geht nicht weiter ins Detail, ha? Auf der Tanzfläche. Huhu. Die hatte Feuer.
Our ship was taken over in the early days of the war. That was the end of the watery republics. I heard the dance hall in the basement became a weapons cache. Took me half my life to say goodbye to the world I knew in my youth. Imagine me and my parents and everyone I knew being escorted off the ship.
Was? Tanzfläche? Ich kann nicht tanzen. Ich auch nicht. Ich tanze den Schubsetanz. Suri und ich kommen dann auch dazu. Sehr gut.
Soldiers. And I'm thinking, I hope they don't make a mess of my room.
Ja, klar, das ist das Erste, woran du denkst als Kind,
I
ne?
was embarrassed by the younger kids who were crying their eyes out. But they knew, I guess.
War das Ende des
Yes, the
Zeitalters?
start of the war was a turning of seasons.
Also immer irgendwelche einschlägigen Ereignisse in der Geschichte beginnen mit einem neuen Zeitalter.
We had been warned this season was going to end.
Man hatte uns gewarnt, das Zeitalter würde zu Ende
We
gehen.
didn't understand the warning. You see, one night along a coastline we saw beautiful lights shimmering above the water. Later we found out this was an ancient warning system.
Oh oh.
It hadn't been used in so long. We didn't know what it meant.
Ah,
We just thought, well, ain't that pretty?
das ist schön. Wir werden sterben. Ist das nicht schön?
We tried to stick together and camped out on the coast of the prismatic grounds.
Die Prismabreiten. Was sind die Prismabreiten?
Kingdom of art and science.
Oh.
They got rich during the golden season. Everything that made them beloved before the wealth came. Passionate, uncompromising, self-obsessed. Made them unbearable once they had power.
Ei. Das ist immer schlimm.
Artists make terrible kings.
Künstler sind schreckliche Könige. Oh.
Are you sure you want me to keep going? The story gets darker from here on.
Ja, ich will alles wissen.
Okay, so conditions in the camp were getting worse. My mom got lost in thought for long periods of time. She'd be completely still for hours, days even. We realized she caught... Well, now we call it time misperception disorder.
Die Zeitwahrnehmungsstörung ist nicht die, wo man nicht vergessen kann, ne?
It's when you lose your ability to tell how much time is passing.
Oh. Oh, das muss heftig sein.
A minute can feel like an hour. A day can pass in 10 seconds. What's so hard is the feeling of absolute loneliness. Normally, we're all at least roughly in the same flow of time.
Na, grob im selben Zeitfluss. Wo wir dabei Relativität wären, ne? Und das Empfinden von Zeit ist relativ. Wie war das bei Einstein? Wenn du eine Minute auf einer zu heißen Heizung sitzt, fühlt es sich an wie eine Stunde. Wenn du aber eine Stunde dich mit einem netten Mädchen unterhältst, fühlt es sich an wie eine Minute. Das ist Relativität. So oder so ähnlich geht der Spruch.
But with this disorder, you walk alone, truly. We heard about a traveling doctor who could cure these kinds of diseases.
Ja.
I decided to go find him. I found out his name was Dr. Fumio, and he traveled with his son Lucio. People talked about him like he was a god.
Was war mit dem
The
Krieg?
prismatic grounds had roped almost everyone into their system.
Frauen und Männer haben auch unterschiedliche Wahrnehmungen von Zeit. Was sagt Schneehäfchen dazu?
Until they reached the far wastes and heard no for the first time.
Was für ein Mann eine Stunde ist, ist für eine Frau 5 Minuten. Wenn sie sich 5 Minuten mit dir unterhält, kommst du dir wie eine Stunde vor. Oder so? Oder was meinst du?
Nobody reacted well.
Niemand reagierte
It
gut.
got to the point of, neighborhood against neighborhood. Grievances had been buried so deeply we forgot they were there. It felt like things changed overnight. I'd pass through a city and hear later that they'd torn each other apart.
Wow.
I could not imagine it. I described my mom's condition to Dr. Fumio. He said there was no cure yet. But there was a village high in the mountains.
Caro?
He thought it was high enough he'd have a better chance at treatment.
Ja.
Lower places are more dangerous. Valleys are the worst. He invited me to join them in going to the village. But I wanted to go back and get my parents and bring them with me.
Ein doofer Hochogen in den Bergen.
Yes, our Caro village.
Ja, sag doch.
People thought it had been destroyed, or was a myth. But Lucio had a vision which showed us how to get here.
Sehr gut.
I packed my things and got ready to leave the next morning. That night, my mom came to me in a dream.
Oh oh. Mutti erschien im Traum.
She was standing in a field of flowers.
Schon ein recht langer Dialog. Ja, wir halten ja Sachen für die Nachwelt fest.
I'd grown since I last saw her. We were the same height.
Frage ist halt, soll ich es übersetzen, also soll ich es vorlesen oder reicht's, wenn der Text dasteht?
She pressed a finger hard into my palm. She taught me well. I knew the meaning of the gesture.
Sie hatte mir die Bedeutung dieser Geste
I knew no
beigebracht.
matter what I did, I'd never see my parents again.
Oh,
In the morning,
nein.
I told Dr. Fumio I would follow him to Caro village. The next few weeks were very physically tiring, hiking, climbing. And when we found the village, building, planting, cleaning, Fumio brought sick people from all over the world, and they got better. The treatments worked. Everyone was healing. So why couldn't I? One day, we got word the war was over. We never found out how it ended.
War is
It
over.
was like peace just swept over the earth in a split second. There was a party in the plaza to celebrate the end of the war, but I couldn't bring myself to go. Yes, it was over, but it had taken my home, my family. That night, as I was falling asleep, I felt the bed tilt and sway gently, as if it was being tossed on the waves of the ocean, as if I was back in my bedroom on the ship, as if I was back in my mother's arms, being rocked gently to sleep. I knew I was finally home, and nothing could hurt me.
Oh, schön schaurige Geschichte. Ich habe gerade Bound by Blades gewonnen und bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich das nicht schon wieder weitermache. Ob ich das nicht schon wieder weitermache? Ich jetzt auch nicht mehr so wirklich, wie ich das nicht schaffe.